Hello to the gamers. You know what? It's Friday. Hello to the gamers and the non-gamers alike. We're going to extend the olive branch today. It's an endless war. Gamers have always been at war with the non-gamers cuz it used to be like the non-gamers would pick the gamers up by the collar of their shirt and say, "Give me your lunch money, you nerd." But now I think I don't know. We're in like it's and then like the gamers now are like on the open comms. They're like, "Give me your lunch money, nerd." I don't know. It's all backwards now. My knowledge of contemporary high school dynamics comes from 21 Jump Street, which is a 12-year-old movie at this point. It's now older. Like the time difference between the release of 21 Jump Street and now is larger than the gap between when I was in high school and when 21 Jump Street came out. So I'm like it's like the Cleopatra is closer to the aliens arriving than the pyramids being built thing that you always see on like Today I Learned. That's not even that. Like, I mean, I graduated high school in 2006, and and I think 21 Jump Street came out 2012. So at the time, I was like, "Whoa, 6 years have passed. I wonder how high school has changed." Now I'm like, "Holy cow, geez, 16 years have passed." I was in grade 6 in 2006. That's crazy because like that's when I graduated from high school. But now we're the same age. I will say, I think that would be from a media standpoint, that would be a pretty good time to be in sixth grade. You're in grade 7 when Transformers comes out. I mean, that's peak Transformers age. That's the peak age to be like, this movie's cool as hell, but also you're still so emotionally juvenile that all the story beats that didn't hit adults actually hit you because you're just a simpler human being. You probably like almost cried when Sam Witwicky got blasted by Rimshot or whatever the hell the tank is called. I can't. Openly weeping in the second movie when Optimus Prime gets killed. Just kidding. Apparently he comes back or something. In 2006, I was in the second grade. That shit is crazy. Because I was in the second grade in like 1996. No, 1995. I know there were people, I was not the first person to enter the second grade, but still, holy cow. I was in sixth grade. In 2006, I was in my dad's balls. That makes two of us. I was in high school in 2006. It was fine. I think it was pretty cool to be in. I mean, you can only know this post hoc, right? I think in hindsight, it was pretty cool to go to um, high school and college before smartphones really kicked off. Not because, like, oh, we were all doing crimes and nowadays they would be filmed, but I mean more like when you were just like at a party or so, or just hanging out, people were like relatively present in the moment and also like not turning every second into content. I'm not anti phone at all. I use a phone all the time, and I'm not. I'm don't take it a step further, because people they say things like, "Oh, don't let your baby become an iPad kid." I was talking yesterday about that Peppa Pig app that we got. She's doing like digital jigsaw puzzles on the iPad, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know if she should be using an iPad at her age." Like that seems in my head without thinking about it for 3 seconds. I'm like, "Oh, that seems like a bad thing for her to be doing." And then I'm like, well, what if I turn off the iPad? I'm just going to take her upstairs and we're going to be doing some physical jigsaw puzzles. Like, it's the same thing. I'm not going to let her watch Coco Melon like on her own in the high chair, but still. If she's using like a digital coloring book, I'm like, this is good. This is like as good as a regular coloring book, maybe better because there's not a bunch of cleanup. But anyway, the tactile aspect is very different. Come on. I've seen what you posted in pre-chat, Newspire. I'm not taking parenting advice from you. No offense. You're too much of a lore master. A man can't be master of two domains, okay? You're asking me questions about like 2013 era NLSS memes that have been buried for a whole decade, and then you're like, by the way, here's my advice on parenting. I'm sorry. I don't think that you're an authoritative source. I think you're basing it on assumption rather than experience, okay? +2, roasted. I mean, I went straight for the soul there. I apologize. But anyway, I'm just saying it was like a good era. I remember getting here's like I mean, life can change a lot in 10 years. I remember getting annoyed with Mouth cuz we'd like go hang out. He would come visit me at my university or I'd go visit him and he would bring his digital camera and I'm like, "Come on, dude. I'm just trying to like eat a greasy breakfast here. I don't want to have my photo taken." And then later uploaded to I don't even know, Photo Bucket or something, or made into like a Facebook image. Nowadays, people will be taking photos like nonstop. So we've come a long way. It's very it definitely seems quaint. Anyway, that's all I got. We're going to play Sporkle. And then at 11 a.m., which is an hour and 48 minutes from now, we're sponsored by Game Pass from Xbox Canada. Can you believe it? We're going to be injecting some variety. We're going to be playing a couple of games that are available on Game Pass. We're going to be playing Tinykin. We're going to be playing Midnight Fight Express. You will also have an opportunity if you do not have Game Pass. You'll have an opportunity. I believe they're giving away 103-month trials. Let me verify that just to be certain. At 4 different intervals, they're giving away 25 3-month PC Game Pass codes. And all you got to do is type in chat. But you do have to be one of the first 25. So that's tough. I'm not saying get your hopes up. I'm just saying there's a chance, okay? And then after that, we'll have an hour. I don't know what we're going to do. One of the gap-filling games, like Rumbleverse, probably. Have you seen Sips lose his mind trying to S-rank the American anthem and trombone champs? Look, and this is your question was not toxic at all. But I get a lot of questions that are like, have you seen this thing? The blanket answer is no. I'm strapped, man. You know in like MotoGP, when they take a turn and the inside knee is almost, it's like a single atom's width away from touching the asphalt? That's what I'm like right now. I'm grinding, man. The G-forces and centripetal force is the only thing that's holding me to the damn road, okay? I've not seen Sips play trombone champ. I get a clip maybe or something like that. I did pop in for like 3 seconds and see Malf. He's running his own Amazon fulfillment warehouse in Plate Up. Sometimes people, they link me things. They say, hey, check this out. I gotta be honest, I just click the hard button and I don't watch it. I don't have that kind of time. I know that you only sent it to me. You don't. It's not selfless. You're like, oh, he might like this and give me a heart. So I just give you the heart instead, okay? Have you seen Edge Runners? Listen, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this again. If a Netflix show came out like 5 days ago and you're asking me if I've seen the whole thing, no, I haven't seen any of it. I've seen none of it. It's 5 days old. I'm from a different era of media, okay? Back in the day, people would be like, hey, you got to go see Avatar in theaters. You'd wait 3 weeks and be like, I did it. They'd be like, whoa, you really put a rush on that. Nowadays, it's like new show came out. Oh, it's been out for 12 hours. You haven't binged the whole thing. What's wrong with you? I've been cleaning my house. Why? Haven't you seen the Clathrate gun theory of climate destruction? Like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Have you seen the S&P 500? Yeah, but I don't want to talk about it. I feel like Windows should not pop up finance tickers in the toolbar at the bottom. That's going to incentivize emotional investor behavior. Just that, and I mean, I don't have any data to back this up. I feel like Windows pushing finance into the toolbar is actually going to cost the investor like probably hundreds of millions of dollars. Just that one software change is going, because people will be like at work, see that like I'm looking at it right now. TSX index is down minus 2.83%. It triggers your limbic system, your amygdala. You're like, I gotta sell, and then you're like, oh, I'm such a genius, I sold, and look, it went down like 5%. Then it goes up 15% 9 months from now, and you're like, nah, I don't buy it. This is a dead cat bounce, and then it's up like another 10%, and then you buy in because you're like, I don't want to miss the rocket, but you already missed half of the rocket on the way up. It's anyway. It incentivizes irrational behavior. You got to have control of yourself, okay? CAD's getting a lot weaker, though. It's true. Me trying to figure out how to feel when the Twitch pay cut is like 20%, but the Canadian dollar has fallen like 15% relative to the US dollar, but also stuff is 10% more expensive. Because of inflation. I'm like the meme image of the guy doing like, but he's counting on his fingers with the equations swimming around his head. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna fucking play some Sporkle. It literally like could not matter less. It's just something to while away the damn time. It's just it's that little lick of honey before you fall down the well. You know what I mean? It's a triple L. It's not a triple L. It's a double L with a huge dub because I get paid in American dollars, but I spend in Canadian dollars. But I don't know. Then it might. I don't know. What? Hey, any Tiff Macklums in chat? Any central governors for the Bank of Canada? Isn't it good when the Canadian dollar falls on a broad sense economically because we're an export-based nation? So a strong American dollar and a relatively weaker Canadian dollar incentivizes more domestic manufacturing and shipping, and our economy is so heavily dependent on like resource exporting that it's like. But then that's and then. But then from and such as the and anyway. Big bank take little bank. So true. So true. No Vaseline. I'll never have dinner with the president of the Federal Reserve. I'll never have dinner with the president of the Federal Reserve. I'll never have dinner with the president of the Federal Reserve. And if I see your ass again, I'll be hesitant of the Federal Reserve. That's Ice Cube. I paraphrased a little bit. Okay, Sporkle. Sporkle me? Slick gameplay. That's the one I'm looking for. Test image. We'll turn that off. I was just testing some images. Would you rather have $100 now or dinner with the president of the Federal Reserve? I just ate. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with. I would take dinner with Jerome Powell. I think. He's really busy. I mean, honestly, is this one of those things where I'm like, I think I should not get dinner with Jerome Powell because if he wastes like an hour and a half shooting the shit with me, like he should be looking at some data instead. Maybe it would be valuable for me, but at the same time, for like the world, I think it would be better if I just took the $100. What would you gain from talking to him? I don't know. He's like an old guy in a position of relative power. I could be like, hey, what's your life like? You get some perspective. You know, you're just talking. Not everything has to be about the almighty Aller. Maybe we could play some Rumbleverse together. What would he gain from you? I don't know. I could pay for the dinner. I'm sure he could pay for the dinner too, but you know, like I gotta bring something to the table. Okay. We're getting started here. I'm looking for good quizzes. I am scrolling. Why is everyone singing? Oh, how about this one? Increasingly difficult visual math. What the hell is this? Okay, first we got to figure out how to do the quiz, okay? Oh my god, the screen is so freaking white. Is there a dark mode Sporkle? /marker Sporkle. I apologize, there's no dark